But then I started thinking on what I really wanted to do and where I had like worked for in the past like few years. And it was actually not staying in Peru. So I decided that I should turn it down. But that took me a lot of time to actually like come up to that conclusion.
Hi, welcome back to Beyond Borders, a podcast that will give you tips and share experiences of what the real process of applying to university is. I'm your host, Miranda Montoy, and I am glad to be here one more episode. On today's episode, I am beyond glad to interview Maya Wong, a brilliant and talented student who, in her last year of high school, won a full scholarship called Lead Scholarship to a local university in Peru called Universidad de Piura. But at the same time, she also got accepted to NYU, which also gave her a very big scholarship of tuition, accommodation, and medical insurance. She lastly picked this choice, and she's now an economic student on NYU, but the campus on Shanghai. On her school stage, she was a very intelligent student, always on the five first position of her class. She also did ballet a big part of her life. And in her application journey, she didn't have any type of counselor. She prepared all on her own. And actually, in the SATs, which she prepared alone, she scored a nearly perfect score that was 1530s on her first try. What inspired you to study abroad?
Well, since I was in like middle school, I knew I was gonna go abroad because I never saw myself studying in Peru. I always wanted to go like above and beyond. I didn't want to stay in the routine of like staying in the same social group or taking the same language I was like used to. So that pushed me to always like reach for the better because I knew that studying abroad was difficult. So yeah, that was probably one of the main.
And why did you choose NYU in particular?
Because NYU is like a school known worldwide. Like you can hear about it everywhere and everyone's gonna recognize it. Uh, and yeah, it has such an amazing uh research team. I'm very interested in what is research. I'm studying economics and they have an amazing research team and it's like it has sites all over the world. So yeah, that's mostly what I liked about NYU.
And can you tell us about how you decide on your career? What has been like the most challenging part for you so far?
Oh yeah. So I started uh college thinking that I was gonna study computer science because that's what my brother studied, and I actually didn't actually know what I wanted to do because like when we get out of school, we're so young and we don't really know what we want to do with our lives, most of us. But while I was like searching for options and like researching, I found that it was not my path, so I changed majors, and now I'm an economics major, and I really like this major and the professors and all the yeah all the things that go into it.
Like when did this scholarship have an effect on your decision? Like you like said, I want this
Uh,
scholarship, a full ride. Why don't I just stay here?
yeah, that was one of my big decisions, turning down that scholarship. I was between staying here and studying law for 6 years, and probably having to stay in Peru because if you study law in a country, you probably will stay there. Yeah. So, I was assessing it. At one time, I was about to give up like going abroad, but then I started thinking on what I really wanted to do and where I had like worked for in the past like few years. and it was actually not staying in Peru. So I decided that I should turn it down. But that took me a lot of time to actually like come up to that conclusion.
Yeah, it's a big decision. I know that you like first study in Mexico, and what factors led you to consider studying in Mexico, and what changed your mind to study in NYU?
Mm, well, as you know, our school had like a coordination with the Mexican University, Universidad Panamericana. So I applied through that, and they gave me the scholarship. So for Mexico, I needed to study in January. So I still needed to do half a year in another university if I wanted to go abroad. So I said, why not go abroad earlier and see what the experience is like, get used to being away from home, and make new friends in the way and experience a new culture in the way when I can, when my parents are giving me the possibility to do it. So I just went with an open mind. I probably knew that I wasn't gonna stay there, but still I wanted to give it a chance just in case.
What influenced your decision to attending to NYU Shanghai, like other universities that have accepted you?
Mm. Uh, well, first it was like NYU because I didn't really want to go here, and why NYU Shanghai? Because I really liked the fact that it was here in Shanghai. Uh, as you know, like Shanghai right now is like one of the top tech like cities in the world. It's so technologically advanced. A lot of foreigners, a lot you're exposed to a lot of culture. Here, like 60% of our class is international. So I know people from all around the world right now. And I'm also working on speaking Chinese, which was one of my most important things that led me here. I wanted to speak Chinese as an local. And I think that that's one thing that I only can do here. I cannot do it in New York.
And like you went to Shanghai knowing a little bit about Chinese or like having a base.
I had a little base because I took in my last 2 years of school, I took Chinese. Just it was just like a decision I made. I didn't have plans on coming here, but it just happened and I was happy about it. So yeah.
And what aspects of the scholarship package from NYU were the most significant in your decision process?
Oh yeah, as you know, like NYU is one of the most expensive schools out there. Although it's in Shanghai, it has the same cost as it would in New York. So the scholarship is really important. Like it couldn't be here without the scholarship. So I don't everything every part of the scholarship is important. The accommodation, the especially the tuition fee, which because it's a private university, it's a lot higher than others.
And can you talk us about what your passion project was?
It was basically doing projects that would uh like spread a word around like food waste or other environmental impact stuff. Um, Basically in universities mostly, because my like I had contacts in universities, so it was easier for me to get access to them. And I did a social media page and then also like a web page about like an organization that about like food waste and stuff. So that was basically my passion project. Mm.
And the things that you did in high school, I think that you did a lot of community social services. And well, ballet, do you still are engaged to that now that you're in university?
Yeah, actually, like with community service, there's a lot of opportunities here. Like they make you need to like a certain hours of like volunteering. So yes, you have to be involved in that every semester. And in terms of ballet, yes, I was taking, they have like these courses that are 2 credit courses that are electives that you can take every semester, and I've been taking ballet. And I don't know, it's really fun. The only thing is that they make you do homework. It's kind of weird because you have to earn the credit somehow. So, but it has been really fun because I've been able to also practice ballet by being here and in a huge studio that they have. So it was very convenient.
They make you do homework about ballet.
Yes, you have to record yourself. You have to read readings about ballet.
Whoa. Well, if you like it, that's fun. And
Yeah.
how did your experience with IB shape you as a person and help you with a university, like preparing for university?
Oh, okay. IB was quite hard, not gonna lie. Probably one of my lowest points in life. It was really stressful, but because there's only a small amount of people that do IB, we tend to be really close. We were a class of 13, so we were really close. We almost bonded like as a group. So everyone was getting through it. It was not that difficult to get through it. You probably are gonna see everyone cry at one point, especially when you're like handing extended essays or internal assessments. But it helps you one reconnect with people that you would never guess, because just the stress makes you connect with other people. And also it makes you like learn on how to handle stuff. That it's probably gonna be more difficult in university. Like probably in school, there's a lot of things that aren't so difficult, like that are impossible. But in IB, there are things that you're not gonna be able to accomplish. Like there are things that are, no matter how you try, it probably like won't matter and you won't accomplish something. You were gonna get probably your first B or C in your first exam, but it doesn't matter because like the professors are really nice and they're gonna like help you redo it or help you with it, and probably not gonna either, it's not gonna impact your grade, but you're gonna get it and you're gonna feel bad about it. But that's like you're gonna get good grades, you're gonna get very bad grades, and just have to fail to learn. So yeah, it's a very stressful but very like you learn a lot about IB when you do IB, yeah.
And did you choose between NYU in like New York and in Shanghai, or like they put you in Shanghai?
Oh, you choose when you're applying. Uh, I I put Shanghai as my first choice
Mhm.
because I feel like if I wanted to go to NYU, I wanted to go not to like the traditional NYU's like New York City, because I have heard a lot that sometimes when you're like in a big school and in a big city, you like feel disconnected. It's not that easy to connect with the people there. And you go into like a traditional American school. And when I saw that NYU Shanghai actually existed and like it was a great place to go to, I thought like why not? I'm a person that takes like adventures and I take risks. So I thought why not? And it was a great opportunity for me. And because like I get an NYU degree in the other side of the world, learning Mandarin, perfect Mandarin, like when you graduate, and it's like it's a win-win. Like you cannot lose with that.
But it was a big decision. It's like on the other part of the
Mm.
world.
Yes, that's
And
the only thing. Well, a lot of research. That's the only thing. Although you're gonna be like really uh like you're gonna be really busy with school stuff, especially in your senior year. You have to research about the opportunities are out there. There are a lot of scholarships. There are a lot of universities that offer scholarships. There are a lot of universities that don't. So don't apply to those who don't, and apply to those schools early so you have like more chance to get in, getting a scholarship. And yeah, just like research and know your stuff. That's like a very important part about applying.
I'm curious, how did you manage school, IB, and like on your own, applying to universities?
I started like in like 10th grade.
Mhm.
I started like preparing. Uh, I think like 10th grade is not that difficult. Like IB is not that hard on you.
Yeah.
So it's a lot easier to handle, for example, the SAT, the TOEFL. So that's when I put my most effort into it. Then senior year, it was mostly about applying and doing my essays. And I always found there's always time to do it. Like you're not every day you're gonna be engaging with some school stuff. You always have time. There's always time to make like
What mistakes did you make, or what would you change about your university application process?
um I feel like I would have applied to more universities. Um, because we come from such a small country and probably not like the best education in the world. I felt like intimidated or of like applying to IB schools or probably like I don't know like MNT, Stanford, because I never thought of the chance of getting in. But as I was like after applicating, as I was watching like these reaction videos and stuff, I found that it was like possible that people with not perfect grades, people not coming from like great schools, get into like the best universities in the world. And it's because like they have like something extra, something like important that the university saw in them. And probably you don't see it, but like just give it a try. You're not gonna lose anything. That's like one regret I have, like not applying to more universities. But yeah,
With your experience, what would you think universities are looking for in applicants?
I think like right now there's so many students that are overachievers, like 600 SAT, 36 SAT, ACT, like top grades, like number one valedictorian. What they want, I think right now is like people that are different. They are like they have their passion, they know what they're doing, they're constant about it. Um, they're like sure what do they want to do in life, something. They have like a special trait that's gonna differentiate them and tell them apart from the rest of the admission like group that they're like um applying, because there's millions of students that are really good academically, but that's it. I feel like they're they're searching for students that are not just academic, but they're like uh they excel in everything they do, or they're constant in everything they do. Like those kind of traits that makes them different and breaks them apart.
What tips do you have for writing essays, doing passion projects, or extracurriculars activities that you could share with us?
Well, if you're already, of course, a sport is always like for me, it's always a must because it's something really important and teaches you a lot of things all throughout the years that you do it. So if you're already doing a sport, that's like a very good thing to just continue, although it's not probably not gonna be like the hours you used to implement when you were younger. But continue doing it at least like 2 times a week, 3 times a week when you can, because it's very good to stay with that sport. It's also probably gonna help you in school to make friends or to like be in a team or something. Um, and for your passion project, just you need to find something you like. Because if you start doing something that you don't like, it's gonna become like work. Like if you have to do it. If you do something you like, it's gonna be a lot more easy because it's an extra stuff you're doing like apart from school. So if you do more work, you're gonna be more exhausted and it's gonna be more difficult and you're gonna hate it. So if you do something you like and something that you're actually interested in, that's gonna be a lot smoother. It's gonna be and it's gonna look great because you're gonna if you like something, you're gonna work a lot harder for it. And you're gonna work like it's gonna turn out better. So yeah, just find something that you like. It doesn't have to be like super uh extravagant. It can be whatever whatever you like, but something you really like and just like keep working on it. Like don't stop. People like universities like when you have a lot of engagement and you stayed in that for a long time.
In your opinion, like how can students effectively showcase their unique backgrounds and experiences in their applications?
Yeah, that's one of like the hardest things to do because it's literally writing about your whole life in an essay. And all the questions they ask, you sometimes are like insecure about it. You don't know what to like respond. Just literally go with the flow. Like there's no secret formula of how you need to write your stuff, what you need to write. Like don't settle with the standard stuff because probably there's millions of people that are doing the same thing. Try to be different. Try to like have a different approach. Uh, Already coming from a country like Peru gives you plus because you're not an American student that is applying to an American university. You're not a plus there. So make use of it. Like for me, it was being Latina Asian that also like it's different because there's not a lot of Latino Asians. So that also like I have more cultural background, so that also like took me apart from the crowd, apart from my extracurriculars. So those kind of things that make you different, make sure to write them off and don't be like the crowd. Just think that probably there's like millions of people thinking the same as you if you already think about it.
For your essays, like as an example, what did you write about?
I don't remember exactly what I wrote about, but like it was some very personal thing. It was something that it was only me. Like I think it was about like how I grew up and stuff like that. Because as I told you before, like it cannot be something that's super popular because probably there's a lot of people that already wrote about it.
Yeah.
And you've probably seen like those kind of essays in the internet where it's like you think about it and it's like, oh, that's really creative. Oh, that's a really good essay. Those kind of things you need to like impress the admissions officers with that. Has to be different. Has to be like tell you can tell it apart and they're gonna remember it.
What was the most confusing or complicated part of the visa or the bureaucratic process? Any tips for navigating it?
I feel like for the visa or any documentation that when you come, for me it was pretty easy because the university helped us through that. So they were like, okay, you have to do this, and we're gonna help you like when you are right here and everything. But I know there's some universities that leave you to it, like they're like, okay, you're on your own now. Um, just research, I guess, like, or if you have contacts already in that university, like contact them and tell them like, what do I do? What do you recommend? But mostly, yeah, just searching the internet. The answer must be there. Like everything is out there. Or yeah, I just don't be afraid to ask. The answer is gonna be somewhere.
I had to speak
And
up.
be patient. And be patient because sometimes like it doesn't go through the first time. I think I had to go to the embassy like 3 times because I had like missing documentation.
And that for like to go into Shanghai,
Yes.
um, it's different, or it's like the same to applying for a United States visa.
It's the same.
Ah,
Yeah. Or
and
like practically the same.
mm, yeah. How do you study? What methods or habits have helped you maintain your academic performance?
Um, I think for me, if I stay in my room, I procrastinate a lot. I know that. So I try to go out. Shanghai is such a beautiful city. There's so many places to go study. So I just go to cafes, stay there, and that naturally motivates you to do stuff. So that's great for me. And sometimes I go to the library. I try to change like places so I don't stay in a place like for too long because then it's exhausting and you're gonna be like, no, I want to go back home.
Mhm.
And sometimes I take like quick runs to the convenience store or get sweet treats like in Dairy Queen or McDonald's, and that wakes you up. Yeah, that's probably like what I do. I listen to music while I study because I like doing that. And probably it doesn't work for me if I study for like 5 hours like consecutively. I usually study for like 2 hours, then I take a little break.
What advice would you give to a Latin American students that are like aspiring to study abroad or specifically in NYU?
I feel like first do your research and then like don't feel like you're not enough because probably you have something like unique on you that you don't actually know about. And probably see you there's like stories on the internet of people that are like geniuses getting into this kind of universities. But I feel like there's also people that get into here because the university saw something in them. They have a passion, they have a project, they have something unique. So don't be afraid to like apply. The worst thing they're gonna do is like reject you. So it's not that deep. So just try, uh, and do your research beforehand. Don't do it a day before or a week before. Just prepare yourself. Yeah.
What strategies did you employ to prepare to your ACT on your own, like achieving a score of 1530s? And what resources or strategies would you recommend to students that are preparing to these tests independently?
There's a lot of like study things in the internet. Like right now, you have the internet, use it. There's so many books that are out there that you can literally download from your laptop and just print them or put in your iPad. There's so many practice tests. I use like Khan Academy that is like also great for studying for the SAT. Uh, there's a lot of tools out there that are gonna help you, and you don't have to pay anything for them. There are a lot of videos too, for example, for the math part, there's a lot of videos, and you just have to practice. You have to put your time into it. It's like studying for an exam. I feel like for the SAT it was the same. I actually didn't study much for the TOEFL because the school already prepares us for Cambridge, so I just studied like what was how was it.
Hmm.
But if you're already taking and preparing yourself for the SAT, the TOEFL is gonna be very easy.
Yeah.
Like
If you could go back in time and have a cafe with your younger self, right before studying university, what advice would you give her? And what would you want her to know or feel reassured about?
I just feel like I would tell her like everything's gonna work out. Because when I went to Mexico, I still had doubts. Because you know that they give you your results approximately like in March, April. So now when I went to Mexico, I didn't know about like what colleges I was gonna get into. I didn't know if I was gonna get into any colleges. So that made me like a lot like worried. But it's just like if you put the work in, like everything's gonna work out somehow. And if it doesn't work out, is that you were meant to stay there. Like everything happens for a reason. And honestly, just trust yourself and just put the work in and everything's gonna work out, yeah.
Okay, that's the end of the podcast. Thank you a lot, Maya. And
Yeah, no worries.